यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे जय गौरांगी बेंगलोरेश्वर, गौरांगी बेंगलोरेश्वर गौरांगी, जय जगन्नाथाय बलदेवाय सुभद्रा माई, जय सुदर्शन, जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह, जय अनंत देव, लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय अनंत देव, जय निताई चैतन्य, जय निताई चैतन्य, निताई चैतन्य, जय निताई चैतन्य, जय जय प्रभुपाद, प्रभुपाद, प्रभुपाद जय जय, प्रभुपाद जय जय, गुरुदेव, गुरुदेव, गुरुदेव जय जय, गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, नित्य गौर हरि बोल, नित्य गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र शत ऐसी श्री अभय चरणारविंद, ऐसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य बीबीटी संस्थापक आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर जी की जय। प्रेम से कहिए जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय, सरस्वती माई की जय, भक्ति देवी वृंदा देवी की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, श्री अयोध्या धाम की जय, श्री मायापुर धाम की जय, श्री श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठुकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। So Hare Krishna to all devotees. Today's Bhagavad class organized by ISKCON Seshadripuram, and I thank the management of ISKCON Seshadripuram to give me this service opportunity. Though I am not qualified, but for the pleasure of the Vaishnavas, I would like to serve Srimad Bhagavatam. So today we are going to start a new chapter, 13th chapter from Canto 4, and the verses we'll discuss are number 1, 2, and 3. So first three verses we'll discuss. The chapter's title is Description of the Descendants of Dhruv Maharaj. So on your screen, the shloka should be there. So we'll start with first verse. Suta uvacha निशम्य कोशारविणोपवर्णितं ध्रुवस्य वैकुण्ठपदातिरोहणं प्ररूढभावो भगवत्यधोक्षजे प्रष्टुं पुनस्तं विदुरः प्रचक्रमे। सूत उवाच निशम्य कोशारविणोपवर्णितं ध्रुवस्य वैकुण्ठपदाधिरोहणं प्ररूढभावो भगवत्यधोक्षजे प्रष्टुं पुनस्तं विदुरः प्रचक्रमे। सूत उवाच निशम्य कोशारविणोपवर्णितं ध्रुवस्य वैकुण्ठपदाधिरोहणं प्ररूढभावो भगवत्यधोक्षजे पृष्ठुं पुनस्तं विदुरः प्रचक्रमे. Synonyms, translation and purport by Krishna Kripamurti Abhay Charnarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Synonyms. Suta Uvacha. Suta Goswami said, Nishamya, after hearing Kaushar Veena by the sage Maitreya, Upavarnitam described Dhruvasya of Dhruv Maharaj, Vaikuntha Pada to the abode of Vishnu, Adhirohanam ascent, Prarudha increased, Bhavaha devotional emotion, Bhagavati unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Adhokshaje who is beyond the reach of direct perception, Prashtum to inquire, Punaha again, Tam unto Maitreya, Viduraha Vidura Prachakrame attempted. Translation. Suta Goswami, continuing to speak to all the rishis headed by Shaunaka, said, after hearing Maitreya Rishi describe Dhruv Maharaj's ascent to Lord Vishnu's abode, Vidura became very much enlightened in devotional emotion and he inquired from Maitreya as follows. Purport. As evidenced in the topics between Vidur and Maitreya, the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the devotees are so fascinating that neither the devotee who is describing them nor the devotee who is hearing is at all fatigued by the inquiries and answers. Transcendental subject matter is so nice that no one becomes tired of hearing or speaking. Others who are not devotees may think, how can people devote so much time simply to talks of God? But devotees are never satisfied or satiated in hearing and speaking about the Supreme Personality of Godhead or about his devotees. The more they hear and talk, the more they become enthusiastic to hear. The chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is simply the repetition of three words Hare, Krishna, and Rama. But still, devotees can go on chanting this Hare Krishna mantra 24 hours a day without feeling fatigued. So we may move on to the next text. Number 2. विदुर उवाच केते प्रचेतसो नाम कस्यापत्यानि सुव्रत कस्यान्वाये प्रख्यातः कुत्र वा सत्रमासत विदुर उवाच केते प्रचेतसो नाम कस्यापत्यानि सुव्रत कस्यान्ववाये प्रख्यातः कुत्र वा सत्रमासत विदुर उवाच केते प्रचेतसो नाम कस्यापत्यानि सुव्रत कस्यान्ववाये प्रख्यातः कुत्र वा सत्रमासत. Synonyms, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Vidura Uvacha, Vidur inquired, Ke, who were, they, Prachetasaha, the Prachetas, Nam, of the name, Kasya, whose, Apatyani, son, Suvrata, O Maitreya, who have taken an auspicious vow, Kasya, whose, Avan Anvavaye, in the family, Prakhyatah, famous, Kutra, where, Va, also, Satram, the sacrifice, Asat, was performed. Translation. Vidura inquired from Maitreya, O greatly advanced devotee, who were the Prachetas? To which family did they belong? Whose sons were they? And where did they perform the great sacrifices? Purport. The great Naradas singing in the previous chapter of 3 verses in the sacrificial arena of the Prachetas gave another impetus to Vidura to ask further questions. And now today's third text. Manye Mahabhagavatam Naradam Devadarshanam Yena Prokta Kriya Yoga Paricharya Vidir Hare. Manye Mahabhagavatam Naradam Devadarshanam Yena Prokta Kriya Yoga Paricharya Vidhir Hare. मन्ये महाभागवतं नारदं देवदर्शनं येन प्रोक्तः क्रियायोगः परिचर्याविधिर्हरे. Synonyms, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Manye, I think, Mahabhagavatam, the greatest of all devotees, Naradam, the sage Narada, Deva, the supreme personality of Godhead, Darshanam, who met, Yen, by whom, Proktah, spoken, Kriya Yoga, devotional service, Paricharya, for rendering service, Vidhi, the procedure, Hare, to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation. Vidura continued, I know that the great sage Narad is the greatest of all devotees. He has compiled the Pancharatrika procedure of devotional service and has directly met the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport. There are two different ways of approaching the Supreme Lord. One is called Bhagavad Marg or the way of Srimad Bhagavatam, and the other is called Pancharatrik Vidhi. Pancharatrik Vidhi is the method of temple worship, and Bhagavad Vidhi is the system of 9 processes which begin with hearing and chanting. The Krishna conscious movement accepts both processes simultaneously and thus enables one to make steady progress on the path of realization of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Pancharatrika procedure was first introduced by the great sage Narada, as referred to here by Vidura. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितश्च. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामनि. नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारी. Hare Krishna. So once again, welcome all to the week weekly every day's Shrimad Bhagavatam class, and in this uh, continuation to that, we are starting with a new chapter today in the Dhruv Maharaj uh, pra- prasang only. So the chapter titles the descendants description of the descendants of Dhruv Maharaj. So the after we saw that Dhruv Maharaj uh, went back to Godhead. So when Nand and Sunand came personally to take Dhruv Maharaj back to Vaikuntha, because Dhruv Maharaj had attained the self-realization and the perfection of life. So then thereafter we discussed that what is the benediction of the hearing and reading the pastimes of Dhruv Maharaj. Then the here the Suta Goswami is discussing about what Maitreya Muni asked, the Vidur asked to Maitreya Muni, and the continuation is because when Dhruv Maharaj was going to the Vaikuntha, that time Narad also appears, and Narada remembers Dhruv Maharaj, his qualities, because spiritual master also like the Lord also loves to know or glorify the devotee. Similarly, a spiritual master also is pleased when he sees the his disciple has really advanced in spiritually. So so when this description came in the previous chapter, verse number 40, when Narad Muni appears, and then he talks about glories of the Dhruv Maharaj to the Prachetas who were performing the sacrificial sacrifices in the sacrificial arena. So there, Narada Muni says, simply by the influence of his spiritual advancement and powerful austerity, Dhruv Maharaj, the son of Suniti, who was devoted to her husband, acquired an exalted position, not possible to attain even for the so called Vedantis or strict followers of the Vedic principles, not to speak of ordinary beings. So, Narada Muni is glorifying his disciple, and he's very happy by seeing the perfection attained by Dhruv Maharaj. So, he is glorifying that Dhruv Maharaj attained the perfection in just one life, whereas because he was not even trained a Kshatriya, because he was that time only 5 years old, and he didn't attend the school also. So, whereas the Prabhupada writes in one of the purports that Bharat Maharaj as a Kshatriya also attained the perfection, but he attained perfection in 3 lives, not in just one life. So this is very, very unique. Uh, and the second, then the Narad Muni continues, the great sage Narad continued, just see how Dhruv Maharaj, aggrieved at the harsh words of his stepmother, went to the forest at the age of only 5 years and under my direction underwent austerity. And just within 6 months, he attained this. So, this is very, very unique example in the Shrimad Bhagavatam. Although the Supreme Personality of Godhead is unconquerable, Dhruva Maharaj defeated him with the specific qualification possessed by the Lord's devotee. So, although Lord is Ajit, known as inconquerable, insurmountable. But the devotees of the Lord can conquer by through the love and affection for the Lord. like Mother Yashoda. Prabhupada gives example. Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, they also, or even for that matter, Arjuna, they win the heart of the Lord so much so that Lord becomes their order carrier also. Order. So he becomes so much so that he becomes charioteer of Arjuna. Or Lord brings the footwear of Nanda Maharaj on his head, or the Lord gets tied up by the love and affection of the rope of Mother. So these are the qualities how the Lord is conquered by his devotees. And the third verse, Dhruv Maharaj attained an exalted position at the age of only 5 or 6 years after undergoing austerity in 6 months. Alas, a great Kshatriya cannot achieve such position even after undergoing austerities for many, many years. So, in this also, Narad Muni, sage Narada is glorifying Dhruva's achievement because so many Kshatriyas they cannot achieve such perfection. Uh, what Dhruva Maharaj achieved. So now, after uh, getting the clue, now Sut Goswami is continuing the discussion, taking forward that Dhruv Maharaj ascent to Vishnu's abode, Vidura became very enlightened in devotional emotion. So Vidura also expressed the delight by hearing the pastimes of Dhruv Maharaj. And he inquired further he starts querying from Maitre Muni that what did you refer to Prachetas? Who are they? Where are they? Which dynasty they come from? Which family they belong? Whose sons were they? And where did they perform the great sacrifices? What you said in the previous chapter. So, Prabhupada writes in the purport that devotees are never satisfied or satiated in hearing and speaking about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Prabhupada says that after hearing the pastime of the Lord, of the Dhruv Maharaj, Vidur did not get satisfied with just this, or even for that matter, Parikshit Maharaj, because he wants to hear more, more, more. Tell me more. He asks further queries. So, this is the way the when devotees and are discussing the pastimes of the Lord or his devotees. So Mahabhagavat, Dhruv Maharaj is among the Mahabhagavat. So in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna in the Chatushloki Gita, Matchitta Madgat Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katyantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. So the uh, devotees always take pleasure in hearing the talking about the subjects of the pastimes of the Lord. They are never satisfied. Whenever they meet, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So the Hari Katha is so pleasing that we continue to hear, but provided we develop that taste of Katha. So, so Prabhupada also writes the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, although there are only three words, words, Hare, Krishna and Ram. But this Kirtana is so pleasing that Rupa Goswami says that why don't I have uh, thousands of ears and thousands of mouths? I should have many many mouths and many many ears to hear this Krishna word. So the Harinam, holy name, is so sweet. I do not know how much nectar the two syllables Krishna has produced. when the holy name Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. We then desire many, many mouths. When that name enters the holes of the ears, we desire many millions of years. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of heart, it conquers the activities of mind, and therefore all the senses become inert. So, in this case, also, Dhruv Maharaj achieved perfection by chanting the holy name Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So he continued to chant without even bothering about the uh, hunger or thirst, and within 6 months he could achieve this perfection. So that is why Prabhupada has also given a program which is complete in all respects. And in this, the next verse, there is a description of Pancharatrik process. So Prabhupada has given both the Bhagavad Vidhi as well as Pancharatrik Vidhi. Pancharatrik Vidhi means the deity worship, the service of the uh, temple services. So, Prabhupada in the next verse, the fourth verse describes that Narada Pancharatra, a directory of devotional service, so that the devotees can always take information about how to execute the devotional service and thus engage 24 hours a day, because the Krishna consciousness has to continue. So, how can we do Kirtaniya Sadahari? That means 20 hours we can remember. Our goal is the basic principle of Krishna consciousness movement is always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So, how to keep that means we engage our senses in Krishna's service. All our senses are engaged in Krishna's service, like tongue in the eating prasadam or chanting the holy name, ears in the hearing of the holy name or the pastimes, Lord's pastimes, the Lord's devotees' pastimes, or eyes for having darshans of the Lord. Likewise, we can engage our hands in the service of the direct service of the Lord, or we feet by to travel to the temple or to holy dham, the places of Lord's pastimes. So all these, if we are engaging, then we forget about the Maya, the material world, and that is the perfection of our life. So, in the Narad Pancharatra, it is very clearly described how each of the social orders can please the Lord. So there are four social orders of life, which is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. So, Narad Pancharatri prescribes the different duties of each of the Varnas. So, by executing one's prescribed duties, one can please the Lord. Because the whole purpose of varnashram is swanushthitishta dharmasya sansiddhi hari toshanam. Atah varnashrama. So varnashrama, our purpose of varnashrama is to serve the Lord and progressively uh, uh, achieve the perfection by following the rules and regulations of the varnashrama. So So now, why Vidura is asking the Prachetas, so that he wants to hear the descendants of the Dhruv Maharaj. And we see why these topics keep coming in the Srimad Bhagavatam, because descendants of Dhruv Maharaj are also their names are appearing in Bhagavad. That means they are very, very exalted devotees of the Lord. As in the Prahlad Maharaj pastime, Shri Narsingh says that not only this generation, but your 21 generations are delivered if there is a pure devotee appearing in any of the lineage. So, similarly, Dhruv Maharaj is also Mahabhagavat. So, he also is delivering his not only his mother, father, or the descendants also, whosoever comes later in the generation lineage. So that's why their names, everything is mentioned in the Shrimad Bhagavatam, and they are very, very pure devotees further. So Manye Mahabhagavatam Naradam Deva Darshanam. So Bhagavat Marg is the marg which we follow, like Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, as prescribed by Prahlad Maharaj. Um, Archanam, Vadanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. So any of the nine limbs of the bhakti which we perform are Bhagavad Marg, or Bhagavad means the Granth Bhagavad or the Vyakti Bhagavad. So we serve the Bhagavad, which is the in the book form, or the uh, person Bhagavad. So by serving them, we develop the taste to listen more, learn more. So, serving of the Bhagavad is also one of the Bhagavad Vidhi. Both are important. Pancharatrik Vidhi is also important because deity worship, through deity worship, we develop the sambandha. Like we have the relationship with the Lord, his vigraha, and then we the Lord also said reciprocates. If we are serving the Lord, then the deity is also reciprocate, and we can connect with Krishna. And through the spiritual master engages us in the worship of the Lord. So worship in the temple also we do, or we can do it at home also with the lamination, or the any of the vigrahas if we are installing. So Pancharatik procedure was first introduced by great sage Narada. Narada Muni described all these, prescribed um, all the steps, processes of engaging into deity worship, and there are rules and regulations for that. So Prabhupada also initiated second initiation of the Brahmana as a Brahman Diksha. We get qualified to do the deity worship in ISKCON. First initiation is the holy name, and after we are fixed in the holy name, then we get qualified to go for even the date this second initiation Brahman Diksha, and from that onwards we can have the Gayatri name is given, and from that onwards we can do the direct worship in the temple altar also, or any other places. So, so this discussion is very, very important, because later on we'll see how the descendants, the Vain, King Vain, Anga appears in the dynasty. Similarly, we also studied the dynasties of Privat Maharaj or Uttam Maharaj, or the Dakshas, daughters of Dakshas in the earlier chapters. We had studied the daughters initially. Then we went on to the Uttanapad. So this dynasty is going uh, Uttanpad's dynasty, and then the fifth chapter, fifth canto, we also study the dynasty uh, of Priyavarat Maharaj. Uh, yeah. So these are very glorious dynasties, and we Bhagavatam, Shrimad Bhagavatam describes so many other dynasties also. In the ninth canto, we see dynasties of Chandravansh, moon, and then Suryavansh also. So like Raghu, Ikshvaku, all in which the dynasty Lord Ramchandra also appeared, or so these are in full details. These descendants are described. So Dhruv Maharaj is a great devotee of the Lord, and because of that, he achieved the perfection. So now onwards, the prachetas. Prachetas are are performing the sacrifices, and they were also the trained by Narada. And about the glory name, the subject matter is so nice. The holy name descriptions are so nice that we namagane, like if we person achieves the bhava stage from shraddha, sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, nishta, ruchi, asakti, and then nishta, ruchi, bhav, and prema. So at the bhav stage, uh, the symptoms are namagane sadaruchi. So continuous, constant 24 hours remembering of the Lord, and the glorification of the Lord, that continues, or the avyartha kalatvam. So the person who has attained the bhav stage will not waste a single minute without the remembrance of the Lord, remembrance or the continuous chanting, glorification of the Lord. So this all was achieved by great devotees, and including the Dhruv Maharaj. So this is this is why the Dhruv Maharaj is so much dear to uh, all. Like even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to hear the glories of pastimes of the Dhruv Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj, because these two devotees are who achieved the perfection in their childhood time. As a children, they just 5 6 years of age, they achieve the perfection, which is very very unique, and that is the inspiration for all of us to have determination in our sadhana to achieve the perfection in this life itself. And this is all my understanding of the today's three verses. If we have anything, any question, any comment, or any correction, then I invite all the devotees available in this class. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Pranam. Thanks for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Gordhan
Yes, yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. There. Prabhuji, like the
Yes, Prabhuji.
perfection the perfection what Dhruv Maharaj got in the 6 months.
Yeah.
So he, he succeeded in going back. Like he got the Dhruv Loka and he saw Krishna. And so how can we also in this life itself and achieve the same thing, Prabhuji? What is the in the Kali Yuga? What do you think is the best way we can achieve the same goal?
Okay.
Please.
Okay, Prabhu. So thank you very much for this question. And Prabhupada writes in many of the purports that Guru Pad Ashray, our like Dhruv Maharaj, what he believed in the words of first Guru was his mother, Suniti Mata. She said, Lord is, you can find the Lord in the forest. And she also said that whatever your stepmother has told you, Suruchi Mata has told you, that is also correct. So Dhruv Maharaj fully believed, because he was so innocent at the child stage. Obviously, the children are not influenced by the material world, and they don't have uh, anything which is crooked in form, right? What that conditioning comes up at the later stage. So he believed fully and went out of the palace and then went towards the jungle. And in the way, because he had the full faith and determination to do so, then Lord also facilitates in the form of Guru. So the Lord sent Narad Muni as spiritual master, from whom, because Suniti Mata didn't say what, she did not guide what to do, how to do, how would you um, see the Lord. So Narad Muni came and he gave the instructions. He fully described how to make the form of the Lord, and then where to go in the Madhuban, and then what to do, how to perform those austerities, and what mantra to chant. So everything Narad Muni initiated him there. And then when he went there and followed the instructions of the Guru in toto, and he did not have any other idea of what others will say. He completely followed the instructions of the Guru, and then he achieved the perfection. So, same way, our inspiration can also be the same, that whatever our Guru, spiritual master, or our Shiksha Guru, preeminent Shiksha Guru, Srila Prabhupada, has written all the instructions in his purports or in his books or his lectures. He keeps saying, if we are following only those, then we can achieve the perfection in this. But what happens when, because we are not, Dhruv Maharaj went to the forest where there was no one to really get into any of the everything was perfect, but we are living in the material world. So that's why our sadhana, if it is so strong, then we will not be influenced by the material world. In the morning, sadhana is so strong that 3 4 hours of sadhana, whatever our instructions are, guru's instructions are common for all, for following the four regulative principles, then chanting attentively, and the serving the devotees, serving the Bhagavat, serving the Lord. Both if we are doing, then the same thing we can achieve also through the process. What only thing is, we have to have the association of the devotees, because association of devotees will continue to inspire us to the perform the same level of seva and sadhana as instructed by our spiritual master. Otherwise, we get lost in this world, because the Kali Yuga, effect of Kali Yuga is also very strong. Maya is very strong. So we have a struggle, a fight with Maya every day, and we have to defeat Maya only through taking the shelter of the Lord. This is what Prabhu, I think you raised hand.
Yes, so,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
wonderful class and wonderful explanation for the way back home, back to Godhead, and very good example of Dhruv Maharaj. Just one question, Prabhu, which is a follow-on question to what His Grace Gordon Prabhu asked, saying that we get so many instructions from our Guru, and some of them might be possible immediately, some of them not possible immediately.
Yes.
So keeping in mind the condition that we have, the material condition, how does one really fulfill the instructions of the Guru, right? So maybe if you can just throw a little light on that, that will be a great help.
So in this thing, like there are some instructions which are no compromise. Okay, zero tolerance, kind of four regulative principles have to be followed, means have to be followed. There can be, yes, based on our varnashram, our duties, obviously we may not be able to follow each and everything, because there are many instructions which our spiritual master, but then based on our duties, our prescribed duties also, on the social order, or the varnashram ashram in which we are there. So we have the prescribed duties of our ashram plus the prescribed duties as per our the instructions of our spiritual master. So four regulative principles, minimum 16 rounds of chanting, and the like Ekadashi, following these the other celebrating the limbs of devotional services. So there may be some adjustment in other, but the minimum four regulative principles and the holy name chanting are the bare minimum we are supposed to. And taking association may not be possible for some devotees because of the distance. So if not physical association, then the book reading of books can also be, so that we are at least associating with Srila Prabhupada, or our books written by our acharyas are also there, so that at least we are taking instructions from them and trying to trying to imbibe them in our day-to-day life. But any specific instruction, then probably I may not be able to answer you. That may be clarified only with the spiritual master directly, or the senior Vaishnavas who are, because for that we need to understand the time, place, circumstances of individual. Not a generic answer can be given, Prabhu. Uh,
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu. I think
Krishna.
that gives clarity.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much. I'm I'm also trying to follow, but not completely. So please pray for me so that I can also follow the instructions of the Lord. Whatever I am speaking, also I may not be following 100%. So please pray all for all of us. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. So if there is no
Thank you,
more,
Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. We'll end this class here. Thank you very much. Vancha kalpatarubhayascha kripa sindhubhyev च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।